Hey guys, another video here on one-step equations, and this time we're going to focus on how to check our answers because that's an important skill to have. So we are going to try some problems. I'm going to start with my first example here, where we're going to solve for x. And one of the problems we've been working on recently is this: 4x equals 20. Okay, so at this point, you probably know how to solve this problem, or I hope you do. I hope you know line down the middle of the equal sign, that you want to get x all by itself and all alone, and that you want to move that 4 away from the x so it's by itself. So you're isolating the variable. So to get rid of that 4, because it's 4 times x, we use the opposite of multiplication, which is division. But division looks like a fraction with algebra, so we are going to divide by 4 on both sides. That's going to be our step. Now when I divide by 4 on both sides, it gets rid of this, creating the x all by itself, just like we wanted. And 20 divided by 4 is 5. So my answer is 5. And if I stop right there, I have shown my work and done a pretty good job. I'm at a proficient level on this problem, but I want a little bit more than that today. I want to be able to see if I did it right. I want to know that my answer is correct. So I'm going to add on an extra step. I'm going to check my answer to see if I'm actually correct. Now, checking your answer does not mean solve it 2 times. If you solve it 2 times, then you're just redoing the same process. Here's what it means. You copy the problem, 4x equals 20. But I'm not going to be putting that line down the middle. Instead, I already think I know the answer. I think it's x equals 5. So what I'm going to do is right here where the x is, I'm going to replace it with a 5. We just said x is equal to 5. If that's true, then this should work. Instead of 4x, I would have 4 times 5, and it should equal 20. If it doesn't equal 20, then my answer over here is wrong. But here's what I know. 4 times 5 is 20, so 20 equals 20. Awesome, check. That means my answer over here must be right because it worked in the check. Now, if I had done this process and I'd gotten all done and I had multiplied it and I'd gotten something other than 20, like I'd gotten like a 15 and 20 don't match, that would have been a concern to me. Like, something is wrong, this isn't working, something must be wrong over here probably. So we're going to try some more of these and practice these checks so we get a really good hang of it. So we're going to do example 2. Okay, second example, here we go. So let's try this. Let's say this time we have x, I'm going to get a new pen, that one's kind of dying. We're going to say we have x over 3 equals 7. Okay, so again, I think we know how to solve this. We're going to put the line down the middle. We're going to get x isolated by itself, which means this time we need to move the 3. It's in a fraction. Fractions mean divide, so if I want to move the 3 across the line, the opposite of division would be to multiply. So I'm going to multiply the 3 over to this side. I'm going to do 7 times 3. That'll move this and get it out of the way. So 7 times 3 is 21, and I have my answer. X is equal to 21. But remember, we're trying to do a new thing. We're trying to check our answer. So we're going to do our check over here. And to check it, remember, we basically just copy the question all over again. So it is x over 3 equals 7. X over 3 equals 7. But we're not going to solve again. We're going to take our answer of 21 and we're going to be putting it right here where the x is. So we're going to replace this x with the number 21, which means instead of x over 3, we have 21 over 3 equals 7. Now, if this is true, we know we did it right. So, is 21 divided by 3 7? Remember, fractions mean divide. And the answer is, yeah, 7, totally. So 7 equals 7, check. Which means my answer, 21, is correct. And I did it right. Okay, so I've shown you a couple examples, but now I think I better have you try. So, here is your you try. This time, I'm going to tell you that we're solving for m, and we have negative 3m equals 27. Go ahead and pause the video and see if you can both solve it and check it. See if you can practice that check and get that correct too. And then when you're ready, unpause and see if you did it right. Okay, so I think you're unpausing the video now. You're going to see if you correctly did this. So you have the line down the middle, you have the m all by itself at the bottom, and you know -3 is the number we need to move to the other side. It's right by the m. It means we're multiplying it by the m. So to get rid of it, we're going to have to divide the 3 away from both sides. But it's not just a 3, it's a -3. So when you divide from both sides, you're going to be dividing by the negative on both sides. That'll get rid of this to give me my m. That over here means 27 divided by 3, well that's 9. And a positive divided by a negative, that does not match, that's a negative, -9. Now I don't actually know for sure if my answer is correct until I do that last step, the check. So to check, I'm going to go over here, which I hope is what you did also, and I'm going to copy the problem. Remember the problem was -3m = 27. But now I think I have an answer. I think it's -9. So right here, I'm going to replace my m with -9. So -3m is now -3 times -9. And it's supposed to equal 27. Okay, cool. Well, we know 3 times 9 is 27. We also know that a negative times a negative, those match up, make a positive. So positive 27 equals 27. Yeah, for sure. Check, we did it right. This is the answer. Okay, so that's kind of our final example for this video. I'm really hoping at this point you're feeling more and more comfortable with solving these one-step problems and knowing how to check your answer, because if you can do both, kind of makes you an advanced solver. It makes you go up to that like level 4, like we say in class. Keep watching more videos, keep practicing. The more you practice, the better you get at these things. Thanks, guys.